Right. Shalawam, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, Great Millstone. And Shalawam to like out there doing this work of faith and labor of love, truth, sincerity. May YAHAWASHI bring swift death and destruction to America and to all our enemies and those that come up against us. All right. I pretty much want to get into just a basic topic. I believed and have spoken. I believed, spoken, and have been greatly afflicted. Just going through, the everyday motions of Babylon, and we have the, as I would like to say, because thing about the movie Mo Better Blues, it's just the concept of that movie, and just thinking of the everyday struggles of Jake, man. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make it through your day to day. And it's constant hindrances, just all damn day. But throughout them hindrances, you gotta give the praises to the Lord, because you just know why these different things are happening. It's hell, it's aggravating, but we know what it is, you gotta forgive me, I'm kind of tired, man, but it's the effects of Babylon and these weakened bodies that we got, But, I pretty much was quoting the scripture from the book of Psalms 116 and 10, And it says, I believed, therefore have I spoken, I was greatly afflicted, And that's the process of how it is when we coming into this truth. We hear the words of YAHAWASHI, the Lord make them known unto us. The Lord open our ears, open our mind, open our third eye, so to speak, to actually adhere to the word, acknowledge it, and, believe the word for what it is and how the men of the Lord are bringing it out unto us when we come across the word, And I can't help but to always think of constantly, my beginnings, coming into the truth. And as soon as I heard the word, and seeing men out there, on the YouTube and stuff like that, and the way they just was dealing, I just knew, I'm like, yo, this is it. This is what I've been searching for. That's what all of us been searching for, the answers to all of our problems. And that lies within these scriptures in the spirit of YAHAWASHI. That's why we believe in it wholeheartedly, and we can see it for what it is, ultimate truth. So it says, I believed, therefore have I spoken. And so we take that next step and, coming out to the camp, linking up with the brothers, eventually being a part of a camp, laboring week in and week out. You get grounded, you start doing your shows, and you start feeling what it feels like to actually be a prophet. And you have your mindset towards the men of old, and the things in which they were going through in their experiences, and that helps you out in the faith. And it says, I believed, therefore have I spoken, I was greatly afflicted. So, sometimes in the beginning, every brother's situation is different, but then, after you start speaking, then you really start to feel like hell, And for some brothers out there that's just coming in, your situation, depending on how it is, it could be rough or it might not be, as bad. If you have a not as bad situation, you might just come into the truth, I'm loving this, I'm loving this, I'm loving this. But then what happens when that affliction comes into you? Are you going to still love it the same? You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody that may love football, they just used to playing football, but not actually playing like a hard tackle type of football. You know what I'm saying? Not with the equipment on and the helmets and stuff like that. You just out there, as a kid or as a youngster, just running, playing football, touch or flag or whatever you want, call it or whatever. It's real fun, right? But then when you put them pads, them cleats and that helmet on, and then somebody twice your size, put a hurting on you, are you going to still love it the same? You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is with this truth, man. So when that hell comes upon you, you have it in your mind, am I still going to love this truth the same? Because this is what we are prepared to do. We prepared to suffer to enter into the kingdom. This is not a light thing, There's nothing free in this world except, you know, the Lord giving us this word was free, because the scriptures do say, we know the things that are freely given to us, you know, but with this knowledge being freely given unto us, in an instance, it still has its stipulations. You know what I'm saying? You still got to pay with this, by putting your body out there on the line, week in and week out, day in and day out, because it's every day, because you got to be active within this truth. You know, so through them hindrances, are you still going to be active? Because you're being greatly afflicted, and because of the persecution of the word, and Satan is trying to hinder all your avenues, are you still going to love this truth the same? Ask yourself that. You know, you really got to ask yourself that, because we know the mindset in which we're supposed to be in, you know, but it's one thing if you're just going through the motions, just saying that. But when that stuff, when things really come down hard on you, then you actually know what it is. Like the times of Jacob's trouble, we could think and we could imagine, we try to prepare ourselves in the mind frame as best as possible. But when that time actually hits, how are we going to deal with that? How is it going to feel to our spirit? Is the Lord going to give us the spirit to overcome that? Or are we going to have a spirit of fear upon ourselves and doubt in the Lord and wind up crumbling in the end? Nah. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say this in the book of Proverbs, one of my favorite precepts, you know, these suffering topics and you know, it's talking about hell. You know, I know a lot of brothers don't like talking about it. It's kind of depressing, but man, it picks me up, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, you know, hey, man, it's our lives. It's our lives, brother. It's like we've been going through hell all our lives, so it should be nothing to go through hell and to suffer a little while longer while this kingdom is up and suffering in righteousness for YAHAWASHI, you know? So, hey, man, suffering, talking about it, man, picks me up. It's good for my spirit, you know? But this is the book of Proverbs 24 and 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small, okay? So what? You know, how are we supposed to be when the time of Jacob's trouble come? We're supposed to be strong in the Lord. That's the point where we're supposed to be at our strongest ever, man. Because we've taken the time now to prepare our minds to be studious, you know, to ground ourselves in this work of YAHAWASHI, to be ready when that time comes. You know, when a basketball player, what are they doing in the off season? They training, they preparing, they practicing. The scriptures say that that we're soldiers for the Lord, right? But the only thing is we don't have no off season. So now this is just every day is practice, man. Every day is training. The scriptures say train up a child in the way he should go. So every day this is a training, man. You know, every day we in boot camp. And when we go out there on the highways and byways, them the battles, them the wars. When we dealing with the demons and the scoffers, them the battles and then the wars. You know what I'm saying? But throughout the week, we in the training, man, to prepare us for the end of the week, to prepare us for when the time of Jacob's trouble coming. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you got to look at it. The basketball players, they have you know what I'm saying, they preparing in their off season. Then the season, you know what I'm saying, they actually going through their battles and stuff, but that's all to get to the championship, which is the ultimate war. So we preparing ourselves for the ultimate war to be stronger than ever when that time comes. So when that time comes, we supposed to be on our A game, and we in the end now, so we supposed to be on our A game, man. You know, getting stronger in the spirit, not getting weaker in the spirit, you know. So yeah, I wanted to jump to the book of 2 Corinthians, you know, and just read through pretty much 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, pretty much read through majority of the chapter, you know. But I'm gonna start around at verse 7, and it says, the book 2 Corinthians 4:7, it says, but we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of Yahawah and not of us. So that's why the Lord placed us in this lower state in which we are. This is part of the reason. There's many reasons that attributed to it, but this is one of the aspects. We have this treasure. What? The treasure to the kingdom. We have this treasure in earthen vessels. Vessels that can be easily broken, molded up, you know what I'm saying? Turned into dust. Nothing, right? That the excellency of the power may be of Yahawah and not of us. So why did the Most High strip them spiritual powers away from us? Why can we not perform the miracles of the prophets of old? Because the Lord knows how the people were. So If we was out here performing miracles and stuff, what? Everybody would be flocking into us. The Lord don't want everybody. It's been proven already. You know, the Lord YAHAWASHI said, they hate me, no, they shall hate you. And he was performing the miracles out there and he still was being hated. You know, but a lot of the love that he received also was fake, only because he was doing those miracles. Like when he fed the people with the bread, they was only out there for the physical meal. They wasn't out there for the spiritual meal, man. You know? So the Lord did all this to separate the real from the fake, man. You know? I'll read that again. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of Yahweh and not of us. Because the Lord don't want the glory to be for us. The Lord want the glory to be given unto him. Because what people going to do if they see us performing miracles and doing certain things, they're going to be trying to glorify us. And it's not our time to be glorified. It's our time to be humiliated. You know, it's our time to be dragged through the mud. It's our time to be considered as the filth and the offscoring of the earth. This is what our time is, man. We supposed to be looked at as demons to the world, man. You know, we supposed to be looked at as pieces of crap to the world. Okay, that's what we are pointing unto now. And we're ultimately appointed unto death, you know, by the hands of the so-called white man, by the hands of our family members, our so-called friends and all that when that time comes, you know. So this thing is all about giving that glory to YAHAWASHI. So the Lord gave us, you know, the treasure in these weakened tabernacles so that his name could be thoroughly glorified, you know. And he chose the men, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans throughout the four corners of the earth, majority in the ghettos and the hoods across the world, man. You know, so that his message could get out even more and people won't even think that it will be with this low grade of people in the eyes of the other nations and stuff, you know. Verse 8, it says, we are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. So every which way you have it, we messed up in the game. You know, but we know that our only hope lies in the Lord, man. Regardless of what odds come up against us, regardless of how bad our situation gets, man. You know, the monetary gains of this world don't mean nothing. You know, we got brothers in truth that got bread, but at the end of the day, you know, brothers know not to lean upon that. That's just a tool to get us through. You know, the scriptures also say, let me grab that real quick, you know. Because in this world, you know, people see money as their God, you know, and think that's what it's all about. The money is just a tool, man. It's just an object just to help you balance out, you know. But what happens when a person catches cancer? Can that money necessarily save them? It may help, but will it necessarily save them? No. If the Lord wants that spirit, the Lord wants that spirit, you know. So this is the book of Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. And also the Lord said, what ransom can a man give me, you know, for another man's soul, you know? So it's all about you, the individuality of people being right, man, you know? This book of Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. For wisdom is a defense and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Okay, so it's about the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding, and what you do, you know, with the spare change that the Lord do give you, man. You know, but ultimately, you know, it's all about the afflictions we have. How they have that common saying, what more money, more problems. So just because you have the riches of this world don't mean a damn thing, man. You could be going through a lot more hell, thinking that the money is going to be the key or the answer to all my problems. And then that turns your faith away, man. You know, the Lord gives that fine balance with everything, man. You know? Verse 9, it says, persecuted but not forsaken, cast down but not destroyed. Because everything that the so-called white man tries to do to us is ultimately to try to destroy us. But the Lord won't allow that. You know, the Lord said in Jeremiah, the 31st chapter, you know, if the ordinance of the heavens could be done away with, then I would do away with my people of Israel. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't happening, so we still here. Well, they get the term from baby's kids, what? We don't die, we multiply, man. You know? So we here, man. We here. You know? But every single day we got to show forth that steadfastness in the Lord to constantly bring up the elect, to get the elect stronger. you know, to get ourselves stronger, and to constantly raise them high spiritual vibrations of the name of YAHAWASHI, so the Lord's name can bang through the earth, man. You know, and people gonna feel the Lord's power when that time comes, man. You know, and we gonna feel it as well too, but our spirits is gonna be prepared in the name of the Lord, man. You know, for these afflictions and things that are coming to us, because the world is not preparing, but we preparing for it, man. Spiritually, more than anything, you know. So it says, verse 10, it says, always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahawashi, that the life also of Yahawashi might be made manifest in our body, man. So we always bearing about the dying of the Lord Yahawashi within our bodies, man. We dying in this world, man. We fucking dying in this world, man. May Yahawashi destroy this fucking place as soon as possible, man. We dying in this world, man, but we gaining life in Yahawashi, man. Fuck this world. Fuck everything this world has to offer, has to give. We don't want none of it, man. We want the kingdom, man. We want to get the fuck up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahawashi. Every cut, scrape, bruise, every slash from the whips, from the cat of nine tails that Yahawashi felt, we feeling that every day we walk on this earth. Every day we lay our lives on the line for the Lord, man. We feeling the dying of the Lord, man. Every single day, man. We bearing our crosses with the Lord every single day, man. Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahawashi, that the life also of Yahawashi might be manifest in our bodies. So as our bodies is dying, the life of the Lord is being manifest. All of his deeds are being brought out, man. You know what I'm saying? His name is being known again. His name is being refreshed again in the earth, man. Yahawashi, man. Because that name went away, you know, seemed to went away temporarily when we discontinued from our heritage, man. So that name is being proclaimed once again. So it's being refreshed. It's being back manifest in the earth, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahawah. You know what I'm saying? And starting off with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, constantly push the name Yahawah and Yahawashi, which is the keys to the kingdom, which these other groups out here ain't pushing, man. You know? Going on, verse 11, it says, for we which live are always delivered unto death for Yahawashi's sake, that the life also of Yahawashi might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. Okay? So then death worketh in us, but life in you. And this is the same thing that the apostles do for us younger brothers in the spirit, man. Because Paul was speaking to the church of Corinth, and he letting them know that as they are the heads and the apostles of the churches, and giving the knowledge of wisdom and understanding of Yahawashi to the younger members of the churches, he said what? So then death worketh in us, but life in you. So we being brought up in the spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? We being brought up in the spirit, but the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, they were given a bigger portion, you know what I'm saying, of the Lord, to hold the standard of the Lord. So as Paul is getting into, you know what I'm saying, they're putting their lives and all their energy on the line so that we can be brought up, so that we can live, man. You know what I'm saying? Not being selfish with this thing, man. And that's why the Lord Yahawashi is going to give them their heart's desires and everything that they work for, man. And I believe and I know in my spirit that they men of Yahawashi, man. I know that, man. You know? Verse 13, it says, we having the same spirit in faith, according as it is written, I believed, and therefore I have spoken. We also believe and therefore speak. So we following the same examples as of old, man. You know? The things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. So all we doing is following the blueprint, man, that's already laid out. It's already laid out for us. So we don't have to try, how the Apostle Gabar always mentioned, we don't have to try to invent the wheel. We don't have to try to go out of our way to try to be, make a name for ourselves or do this or do that. Follow the blueprint. And how can you fail if it's already laid out? Why would you try to change something up, man? That's what these niggas that proclaim themselves to be in the truth don't understand, man. They don't understand that. Why try to change some shit? That's, if it's broke, don't fix it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? However the saying goes, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's laid out for you, you follow it to the T. And how else can you fail? You can't. If the Lord is with you, you know, you're a part of the elect, you know, which we hope to be, Lord's will. You know? Verse 14, it says, knowing that he which raised up the Lord YAHAWASHI shall raise up us also by YAHAWASHI, and shall present us with you. Okay, for all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many redound, meaning abound, to the glory of the Most High. So it's all being given up for the glory of YAHAWASHI. You know what I'm saying? The Lord raised up YAHAWASHI, and we're going to be raised up by YAHAWASHI. It's that chain reaction. You know what I'm saying? Everything that was happening. That's why what? And when you go to Acts the 1st chapter, the angel said to the apostles, you know what I'm saying, to the men of the Lord, why gaze ye up into heaven? The same way YAHAWASHI came up, you're going to come up also, man. So we have great glory to look forward to when the rest of the 2/3 on the soils of America and the rest, you know what I'm saying, that might be looking from the different ends of the earth, they're going to be wondering, well, I'm not getting beamed up. You know what I'm saying? While Lord's willing, we're going to be changed from this mortal clothing into that immortal clothing, man. You know? And be Super Saiyans in the spirit, so to speak, man. Having that real estate, how we supposed to be, man. In our raw, natural form. You know? We not in our raw, natural state right now. These lacking earthen vessels, man, that ain't worth nothing, man. You know? Could easily pierce through these things, man. But when we have them new spiritual bodies, ain't nothing nobody going to be able to pierce through what we got, man. You know? We ain't going to be able to put a scratch on us, man. But until then, we got to constantly go through the suffering, through this hell, man. You know? I started this off with one topic. It's still going into the suffering, but, you know, kind of going, you know what I mean, talking about other things, man. But, hey, man, it's the spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm fired up. I want to get the fuck about this kingdom, man. I know the rest of you brothers out there do too, man. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at? Yeah, verse 16. Slakia. For which cause we faint not. Okay? As I brought out in Proverbs 24:10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, then thy strength is small. For which cause we faint not. For all of these things that Paul is speaking on, and letting the church of Corinth know and letting us know, you know what I'm saying, reiterating the fact. So Paul works this is what you call having a residual income. You know what I'm saying? If that's the correct word, if I'm not mistaken, a residual income. You know what I'm saying? Letting it pile up. Like how, you know, with record sales, and people will keep eating off of the record sales and stuff like that, years and years after it's made its, you know, money at the top. You just, that residual income is coming in. So Paul getting them residual benefits, man. You know what I'm saying? From us on today's time, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the great thing about the YouTube and putting those videos up there, because you have a revolving spiritual bank account, man. As long as your video's up there on YouTube and somebody is being edified from your content through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, man. It was just a beautiful thing for us to be able to get edified through the unicorn, you know what I'm saying, day in and day out, night in, night out, you know? For which cause we faint not, knowing all the things that are coming into us, knowing how the men of the Lord are giving us the blueprint, you know what I'm saying, to know how to go within His truth. We should know not to faint. We know what's the end of this world. So what do we have here? We have nothing. We know what are the things to come. So we know what we're looking forward to. So we're supposed to be doing everything within our power to get to that point, you know. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. So every day we're supposed to be growing in spirit. Every day we're supposed to be learning something new. Whether it don't matter what it is, man. Whether you learning just a new definition, getting into the etymology is something that could be edifying. You're supposed to be learning something, picking up some type of spiritual jewels in the spirit of YAHAWASHI every single day, man. There shouldn't be a day going by where you don't pick up something in the spirit, man. It don't matter how tedious it is, but we're supposed to be picking up something every day within the spirit, man. Every single day, man. And the most of our lessons and different things are going to come through the afflictions and the experiences in which we go through, man. You know, that's how the apostles are able to share their experiences and pass down the knowledge onto us. You know, in the book of Rock, it said, book of Sirach, it says what? A man that have been many places. Let me just grab it, matter of fact. Let me just grab it. quoting it. Yeah, this is the book of Sirach 34 and 9. It says, a man that have traveled knoweth many things, and he that have much experience will declare wisdom. He that have no experience knoweth little, but he that have traveled is full of prudence. So it's all about the experience. That's what we're going to learn majority of our life lessons and stuff from. That's why, you know, the brothers down there in Mississippi, and, you know, they be doing beautiful lessons on the GMS life lessons, man, because that's what it's all about. It's about the life lessons that we constantly picking up in the spirit every single day, man. Every single day. Another scripture came to mind. I hope I can find it, Lord's will. Damn, what's that scripture I was thinking of? Salaki, give me 1 second. Yes, Salaki. It's Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 7. I thought it was Proverbs. Ecclesiastes. It's the book of Ecclesiastes 7:3. It says, sorrow is better than laughter. Now, peep this. Sorrow is better than laughter. Now, why is that? It's going to let you know. For by the sadness of the countenance, meaning what you face, the heart is made better, meaning what the mind is made better. Okay, so let's bring this back. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. Because why? Because when you're going through, you know, your trials, your tribulations, your afflictions on a daily basis, you're going to sit, you're going to think more, you're going to meditate more, you're going to be more circumspect, you're going to observe the different functions and the different factions and the things that happen, the things that could have happened. You're going to imagine all of the possibilities. So that's going to allow you to gain more control over dealing with certain situations when Satan comes at you in the many different avenues and the forms of how Satan comes. You know what I'm saying? Going through the hell and the afflictions help you to build up a better character for yourself so that you prepare yourself better for when those times come, man. That's what this is all about. That's why the Lord is preparing us through these constant afflictions, man. This is what it's all about, man. This is why we have to be afflicted, you know. And getting into the title of the lesson, I believed, I've spoken, and therefore have I been greatly afflicted. That's why we have to go through these afflictions, and brothers got to know to constantly embrace them afflictions, man, because it's a beautiful sorrow, man. You know, the bittersweet sorrowing, you know. So going back, it says, read verse 16 again, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. For our light affliction, and it's only a light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, man. You know, so the little bullshit we going through now, which seems like so much, don't compare to everything that we're going to have in the kingdom, man. Don't compare, you know what I'm saying, to the riches that we're going to have. Don't compare to the women that we're going to have. Don't compare to the love that we're going to have for one another, man. Don't compare to, you know what I'm saying, just everything, the mindset, the clarity, the peace, the joy, you know what I mean, the real food. Nothing in this world can compare, man. With the worst of the worst in this world don't compare. You know what I'm saying? The worst of the worst in this world don't compare to what we're going to have in the kingdom, man. It worketh a far exceeding more weight of glory, man. Think about that, man. That's something on itself just to constantly meditate on. It's a basic scripture we always go through and go over, but it's something that holds a lot of weight when you really sit there and think about that and meditate upon that, man. You know, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And that's a part of the faith, man. The faith that we have in YAHAWASHI and knowing of the things to come, those are the things that are not seen, and those are the things that are eternal, man. You know? And matter of fact, Lord's willing, that I'm gonna land back. I'm gonna do it, Lord willing, I'll do it just in my spirit. I'm gonna do another lesson, Lord willing, starting off with that and building upon that, man, because that's another topic I want to get into in itself, Lord's will, man. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, brothers, know that, you know, we all know that this hell ain't nothing easy. This life ain't nothing easy. You know what I'm saying? But we constantly having our eyes on the prize and knowing what we headed for, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all worth it, man. The hell And we just got to have the patience, man. We have the patience in YAHAWASHI. There's nothing that can stop us in the spirit, man. There's nothing that can stop us in the spirit if we have that patience in the Lord, that faith, that hope, that perseverance through all these obstacles in this bullshit-ass world, man. Fuck America, man. With that, I hope this segment was edifying. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalawam to elect out there doing this work of faith and labor of love, and truth, sincerity. Shalawam.